Hello everyone, welcome back for another YouTube tutorial. So today I was actually going to do something a little bit different with my client. She had booked for a soak off and a new full set, but when she came, she had cut her nails down. She had popped off a few of her nails. I think she popped off 5 and she had 5 left that she couldn't get off. Now I do not recommend anyone popping off your nails. That's when you have nail damage. You have actual nail damage. I've heard clients always say, oh, acrylic damaged my nails. No, acrylic doesn't damage your nail. What damages your nails is when you're popping your nails off instead of getting them soaked off the proper way. Now, I totally get that a lot of people do not want to sit for the 45 minutes to an hour to get a soak off. But to keep from having any damage to your nail, it's better to go ahead and soak your nails completely off. So instead of just not timing the whole process, I decided to go ahead and just time the 5 nails that she still had remaining on her fingers instead of just not doing that process at all. Right now I'm drilling everything down, as much product down as I possibly can with my carbine drill bit. I will drop the link down in the description box. I'm acting like I can't talk today. If you would like to see this. Now I set my timer. At first I was going to set it for 5 minutes, but I decided that I was going to go ahead and set it for the 10 minutes and see how much product I was able to lift off with the acetone within a 10-minute period. So within that 10-minute frame, a lot of the product has been removed. And it only actually took me another extra 10 minutes to remove all of the product just to make sure I had gotten all of the acrylic off of her nails so we can start up with her new full set. Really, if you drill off enough of the product, it will not take you that long to do a soak off. I would rather do a soak off than to try to pop off a client's nails. 1, it's painful. 2, I don't want to hurt anybody. So for me, it's just, I would just rather do a soak off. No matter how long it takes, I would just, for the safety of my client and for my nerves, because honestly, I don't like seeing people cringe or jump or say, ow, like that bothers me. So yeah, I would rather just completely just do a soak off, be patient with it, and just explain to the client, look, it's better for me to just go ahead and just soak them off versus popping them off. Once I removed all the acrylic, I go ahead and I apply my nail tips and I do my mini shaping. I always call it my little mini shaping because honestly, I don't do all that shaping in the beginning because I'm going to have to go in anyway once I apply the acrylic and reshape again. So to kind of cut down a little bit of time, I only do a little bit of mini shaping in the beginning, and then that's when once I apply my acrylic, that's when I really go in and do all of my shaping when it comes to my nails. Now, blending your tip is optional. I choose to blend my tips because when I first started out, that's what I was doing. I was blending my tips in. Some people say it's not necessary. Some people say it's necessary. But honestly, you do what you feel. You know what I'm saying? Just do what comes natural to you. I feel like it's good for me to blend my nail tips because I want my acrylic to lay a little bit better. I don't blend my nail tips. To me, I feel like my acrylic doesn't lay as flat or as good as I want it to, if that makes sense to you. So if you want to do your blending of your nail tips, you can. If you don't, that's fine. It's totally optional. It's whatever feels good to you when it comes to blending nail tips. That I think blending nail tips is probably one of the top five things that nail techs kind of argue back and forth about. Don't blend nail tips, do blend nail tips. So it's up to you when it comes to what's comfortable for you and what you think will look good when you're doing your nails. Once I'm done doing all my blending, I go in with my dehydrator and my primer. Some people only use 100% alcohol or 91% alcohol, but I choose to use half alcohol and half acetone, which helps to dry. I feel like helps to dry the nail bed out a little bit better, so the primer and the acrylic can adhere to the nail bed. Most of my clients' nails last them 3 to 4 weeks. Some even maybe 6 weeks. I do not recommend you go 6 weeks without getting your nails done, because that's when you fall into the category of a lot of lifting, maybe even having a bacteria, because like I said in my previous videos, once lifting starts, and say if you are somebody who washes their hands all the time, COVID is out. If you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you're someone who cleans for a living, your hands are constantly in water or any type of liquid material, and liquid can seep up under the acrylic and right there up under the acrylic and nail bed and cause for a green bacteria to be produced. Now the acrylic that I'm using today is Cover Flamingo by Young Nails. Yes, I do use Cover Flamingo a lot. I also use Bad Enough by Dynamic Nail Supply. Both of them are kind of familiar, but I had purchased so much of the Cover Flamingo, I have to use it. So right now I'm using as much of the product as I possibly can. And because her nails are more on the shorter side, you really don't have to focus on a apex. You don't want the nails to be super thick, but you do want them to be strong and structured. chose the light Barbie pink for her set. So I'm taking D&D Hibiscus and Jelix R Snow White, and I'm going to be mixing those two colors until I get the color that I desire or the color that she likes more. Right now the hibiscus is a bit too pink for her, so she really wants it to be more on the lighter pink side. I continue to mix, but I do drop a few more drops of white into the polish because it was still kind of giving me more of a darker pink, and she wanted it to be a more lighter pink. Once I do that, I go in and I start my French. French, y'all, oh my God. French is not for the weak. I love doing French because I'm getting better with it, but for some reason, if the client is not still enough, my lines will be all over the place. And she was more into her phone than anything today. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a job in itself, for real. But we ended up getting through it, and they came out super cute. want to thank you guys for tuning in. And I know I say it all the time, but I have to end it saying practice makes progress, not perfection. We got this, you guys. We got this. I am encouraged. I want you guys to be encouraged. And I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye.